G'day guys, welcome to today's video. Finally, I'm releasing my video of how you get into Dalaran at level 70. I'll be doing a live demonstration, just so you know exactly what to do. I'll provide a little bit of commentary over the top. A few things to cover about the whole shtick. You have to have engineering. That is because we need rocket boots. You need a parachute cloak. And lastly, you need Noggenfogger elixir. Some of you already might be guessing what we're attempting today. If you didn't know where we are in Sholazar Basin, at the base of the avalanche. You have to come from the bottom right-hand corner. That's where I've found the most success. What you'll need to do at launch is you'll need to come, if you're a Horde, you come from Warsong Hold. If you're Alliance, you come from Valiant's Keep, I think it's called. But you just run up through here, hit Sholazar. I would highly recommend you set your hearthstone at Nesingwary Base Camp, and then backtrack through here, and then just hug the road. You won't really encounter any problems. The mobs are, 76 to 77, so just be careful. That's why I do recommend you just stick to the path. You'll encounter a lot less mobs that way. Reason I recommend you set your hearth here is because you can fail this quite easily. In the initial ascent of the avalanche, you will most likely die once or twice here. You might get through totally fine. But the final part of the skip, you can just fail it based off RNG. Nothing you can do about it. You can do everything perfectly, and you can just fail that last little bit from RNG, which means you'll fall to your death. You'll have to get your body, and then you'll be in Ice Crown. You'll need to hearth so you can, once again, get to Borean Tundra. So I recommend that the hearth just gets set here so you don't have to run back as far and waste heaps of time. As far as why we would want to do this, there is a inscription vendor in Dalaran that sells 3 glyph recipes, all which will sell for gold. One of them is the glyph of quick decay. It's super important for warlocks. It basically means that your corruption is now affected by haste, so it ticks more often. Great for leveling. Warlocks that are trying super hard, maybe they're trying to go for server first, who knows. Min-maxers will love that just so they can level quicker, so they can get to the end game. You know what people are like, they'll spend heaps of gold on glyphs early if they're the only ones who can get them, if it gives them that kind of edge. We saw that with the first couple of days of pre-patch. There's warlocks who are doing solo Utgard Keep, and that will help tremendously with that. So there's a lot of people who are going to be wanting Glyph of Quick Decay really early. So, if you get that glyph, you can spam all the warlocks in Utgard Keep, telling them you can sell them Glyph of Quick Decay. And you can just set the price to whatever you want, because in theory, you can be the only one with Glyph of Quick Decay on your server, because it is a limited time recipe. The other ones are Glyph of Rejuvenation, not that important, but Resto Druids who are maybe dungeon cleaving, it could be really helpful. Again, similar to Quick Decay, just means that your rejuvenation is affected by haste. And then lastly, the last one's probably not as important. It's just a water elemental glyph. I forget what it does, but really it's not important. It's not why we're doing this at all. But those are the really big money makers, and you can make thousands and thousands of gold because you essentially control the market and you can dictate the price. If you wanted to be really sweaty, you could just do this on an alt, log the character off in Dalaran, and just keep buying the recipe once it comes back and available, so that you can continue to control the market and you can set the price at whatever you want. All right, well, without further delay, that's kind of all I wanted to cover. Have to have NG boots, have to have parachute cloak. I would recommend a riding crop for this initial bit. It will work at 70, but it won't work beyond level 70. Because it does not work for players above level 70. So just keep that in mind. You can use riding crop here, and I highly recommend it. But remember, we're at the bottom right-hand corner, and we're going to run up through here. The mobs are quite high, so the risk is that you get dazed, you get dismounted, and then you die. So what we're going to do to avoid that is just take really wide berths around all the mobs. Can't really avoid that one. And if you're running through a lot of mobs, just try and jump turn a little bit so you're not getting hit from behind. When you get hit from behind, you run the risk of becoming dismounted a lot more easily. Oh. And it can happen as easily as that. I'm not gonna probably edit that out, but that's the risk you run. You can just get dismounted instantly. All right, let's try this again. And I guess this is just what makes this pull, I call it like a pull and a skip. It's just what makes this whole process incredibly difficult. Is just getting dismounted. That's all we're worried about. That is not ideal. This is really spooky. And look, once you're here, you're in the clear. Rap God, by the way. We're safe. It's just that 15 seconds that is super spooky. Now we're just going to head straight across the mountain. Give you a little idea where we are, if that helps. None of this is discovered. But that's a good landmark. You just want to head to the right of that. And then this little bit of powder up here is where we're going to go up. Obviously, you'll pause and rewind this video. Maybe the first couple of times you try it on beta. Totally fine. But again, it's why we have all these fail-safes in place. It's why we wear the riding crop. It's why we set our hearthstone where we do. Just in case anything does go wrong. I'm sorry that I'm not facing you guys. I am controlling my character. My camera's, over here. Now, I will probably fast forward the next segment because it is just a long ride. And really, there's not too much to cover with this video. It's all in your hands. That first bit, how you can control your character, how you jump turn, how you make sure that you reduce the chance of you getting dismounted. And the next part is completely RNG based, which is why we mitigate that with the hearthstone. But again, don't get discouraged if you do screw it up. I've done this so many times and you can just get shafted. And that's just the way it goes. But from here on in, I'll just fast forward this little bit and I'll meet you guys on the other side. Before I go ahead and show you what this is all about, if you enjoyed the video, if you think this is cool, if this is something that you're going to try yourself, drop me a sub. Would mean a lot. I love sharing this kind of stuff with you guys. I'm sorry if this upset some people and you were trying to keep it close to your chest, but I like to share any and all cool things with my channel. But yeah, I don't want to drag it out. But yeah, if you guys want to sub, that'd be awesome. Let's get back to it. Okay. As you can see, no risk of dying here. There's no mobs, any of that. Now for a bit of mountain climbing as part of the last little bit. But again, it's not too hard. It's not like crazy amounts of crazy jumping, like, you get on top of Orgrimmar or anything like that. I do this little bit dismounted. I just find it a lot easier to be sure when I need to jump. When you have a mount, it can be a little bit hard to get that kind of precise movement, and you don't want to go flying off the edge. I'm gonna jump up here. A little spooky part that I actually do like to do mounted. But now we're good. We are done. Make sure that you're not jumping off this rock. You want to go a little bit higher up and jump off this rock. They look very similar, and I have done the jump multiple times on this and couldn't understand why I couldn't get into Dalaran. So just be sure that you're jumping from the right rock. Next, our lineup is super important because we don't want to get on this lower outer ring. We want to make sure that we're hitting this ring here. No, wrong. We don't want these two rings. We want this upper ring here So just be very, very cautious when you're lining yourself up here. This is where you don't want to screw it up. You get through all of that. I like to line myself up with this arch. Plenty of distance away from this tree because the branches do overhang. You hit one of the branches, you won't make it. So what we're going to do is we are going to spam our Noggenfogger keybind. As soon as we see a slow fall proc up here on our buffs, we're going to rocket boot and just run off the edge. Keep drinking the Noggenfogger because you won't make it off just one activation of Slowfall. You need that second activation of Noggenfogger, which is where you can just get really bad RNG and you just fall. It's super shit. It's super unlucky, but it can happen. It's happened to me multiple times. It might even happen right now as we speak. If you get that initial Noggenfogger, you're floating through the air, you can't get another Noggenfogger proc. You're going to use your parachute cloak, which is going to prolong your floating for 10 seconds. Even when you pop your parachute, you still need another Noggenfogger proc. So pop the parachute, keep drinking Noggenfogger, and then if you get another one, you're safe. Okay. So we're lined up pretty well here. Happy with that. Going to drink our Noggenfoggers. You're never going to get it on the first one, but you might get it on the second one. Nope. This is not looking good. I'm not liking my RNG already. This is not good. Surely. I'm so worried. Now we're going to keep drinking. Get ready to pop the parachute cloak. Okay. Now we're probably safe here, but I just like to keep drinking Noggenfoggers. Okay, now we're definitely safe. Because even if we don't get another one, we could parachute cloak. Now, this is a little bit to left. As you can see, I'm still going to make it. I'm still going to be fine. But I don't like to run the risk. Boom. We're in, boys. Now you can run straight away. I look ridiculous being this small. Congratulations. Server first, Dalaran. Good thing to know. While you're here, you can buy the Traveler's Tundra Mammoth if you wanted to. We're going to go here, Lorana Drum. As you can see here, Glyph of Eternal Water. Quick decay. I don't have any bag space. No, I don't want to destroy that cloak. You would just buy it out. And like I was saying, if you're on an alt, you can just buy this out, mail it over to an inscription alt, mail it over to whoever you want, log this character out here, and then just keep logging in every, I don't know what the respawn is, 20, 30 minutes an hour. Just come in, log in, check it out, keep buying them out. So you can control that market because you can mail these out. And like I was saying as well, if you're in like a dungeon cleave group and your groups chill with you doing this, you can go ahead and buy, you know, all the mounts. You can buy that for everyone, so you don't need to leave the instance. You can be that absolute hero who has free repairs, not free repairs, but has the ability to repair, and they can all vendor their shit as well. But that's it. If there's anything else in Dalaran that you guys know about that would be cool to do this early, chuck it down in the comments so everyone knows about it. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you really, really enjoyed the video. I hope it's something cool and something you enjoy, and I hope you profit massively off it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, if you didn't know about it and you think it's kind of cool, do drop me a sub. It means a lot. Dropping Wrath content, you know, 1 to 2 times a week at the moment. So stick around, enjoy the content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.